Hello, hello! And welcome back as I get ready to wrestle the old necromancer down in the ragged ruins of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I know. Wrestling the old necromancer sounds a little like a euphemism for jerking it, and I love a good euphemism as much as the next guy, which, again, I sort of inflected to sound like a euphemism for jerking it. Maybe, you know what? Wait a minute. Did I just accidentally discover my one talent? I mean, I have just the one, apparently, because before, just a few seconds ago, I didn't think I had any. But apparently I have one talent. I think I may have discovered my gift. And that gift is that I can make pretty much any phrase sound like a polite ways to describe butter in the old waffle. See? I just did it again. Let's see. Okay, I got to challenge myself. What phrase could probably not be a euphemism for jerking it? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go pick up a screwdriver at Home Depot. Still works. If you don't mind, I'm gonna go pay the babysitter. It still works. This is it. This is my one bit. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna go deposit my paycheck. Yeah, it works every time, actually. Okay, that's it then. I have found my niche, internet. Congratulations. You just watched in real time as a man discovered his one true talent. I can make anything sound like a vague and not necessarily apropos euphemism for masturbating. For instance, we got the old hear ye. If you don't mind, I'm going to go all saints my day. See, it still works. It's just that inflection for whatever reason. It's like you giving a little nod, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, I'm doing something dirty. I'm going to go penance down in the old hall, if you don't mind me. I'm going to go penance the hall. See, it still works. That's it, though. Just that's my one talent. That's all I got. We are going to go wrestle the old necromancer, though. So, kill the siren. No. What's our reward? Holy orders are actually quite good. Bonus virtue chance, reduction in stress. If we are going to kill the necromancer, this seems like an extraordinarily good opportunity to pick up a solid trinket as we do it. So, let's go with the same team we had last run. Padme and the crew held up really well. Caitlin Stark picked up a couple extra diseases. But we will get a chance to camp because this is a medium dungeon, and we can path ourselves to go straight to the necromancer because we know it's always the shortest route. The necromancer is always, we can always plot the shortest route because he's always the furthest possible from the start room. So if you don't mind, I'm getting ready to go delve the old dungeon. Let's get some provisions. See, it still works. Let's get some provisions here. Do we need to do trinkets? Trinkets should be, like, we didn't adjust them. Yeah, we didn't remove any, so we're already betrinketed. I'm going to go put on the trinkets. I'm telling you, I can do it with anything. Any phrase. So, provisions. Necromancer. No need to skimp on cash for this fight, then. Let's go full bore. We'll take all of that. I'm going to grab, probably, a full stack of shovels is really probably one too many. I'm going to go get one too many shovels. I really wish I had a better talent. Like, something more than that, but... I don't know. That's my one thing. It's all I've got. Got one thing. We're gonna take some extra torches here. I just want to make sure we don't have to go in with any, super abundance of stress or anything unfortunate. We want to come in to fight the necromancer in tip-top condition. Let's get ready to do it.
Entertained a delegation of experts from overseas.
I'm gonna go entertain the delegation. See, I can do it with anything.
With them certain techniques and alchemical processes I had found to use.
I'm gonna go share with them the techniques. That actually sounds like a euphemism for like group jerking it. That's like a circle jerk. Let's go share the old technique, fellas. I mean, I'm glad to have discovered my purpose in life, but I'm also sad that that's it. It's both simultaneously a triumph and also a horror. So, Necromancer, where are you hiding? You're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you're in one of these two rooms. Issue we have here, secret room, and I'd kind of like to pick that up. This is going to give us a super abundance of treasure. Are we going to have enough room for the puzzling trapezohedrons? The answer is yes, especially once we get rid of a key. So, let's just head over here. We're going to do a little bit of diverting before we go tangle with the old Necromancer. Before we go tangle with the old undead. I'm so conflicted. Why does that have to be my talent? Couldn't I have gotten something else? I mean, is there not another gift that could have been bestowed upon me by the Fates and Furies? Or, and that's all I got? Really? That's it? 75%. Let's just go ahead and have Henry Blake take that. It's stress relief. He still has some. We didn't get it all. No, go into the secret room, though. There we go. So we're in the old secret room. I guess I'm going to go plunder the chest. I can do this all day. It gets progressively less funny each time, too, which is, you know, that's I find the perfect solution is to have your one talent be slightly less good every single time that you do it. It seems about appropriate for me. Never read books, kids. That's the one lesson Red Hook Studios wants you to know. It's also the one thing I can't agree with. Reading is a fantastic way to spend your time. Self-improvement. There's a glory and a mystery of the universe to be discovered through reading books. And Darkest Dungeon is just like, no, you can't read ever. Why you gotta punish me for wanting to better myself, Darkest Dungeon? Why do you always have to tear me down, man? Then again, I suppose you did just give me the gift of discovering my one true talent in life, so I guess what goes around comes around. I would like to get rid of something because I wouldn't mind taking these portraits. The question is, what do I want to get rid of? I mean, I did pay money for half of this anti-venom, so... Well, see you in hell, then. I don't believe the Necromancer has any blight attacks, although I do think he has a bleed attack, so we'll hang on to the bandages. You know, ultimately, blights and bleeds are probably not a big deal. We brought those strictly for curio interactions, not because I expect to need them in a fight. So if we got to cure a blight or a bleed, you know, we have someone who can do that. And we have surprised the enemy, which is unfortunate, and it also occurs to me that we are spec'd to beat eldritch monsters, of which there are not going to be a super abundance in this dungeon. Our Houndmaster has a bum trinket. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go bum the old trinket. It still works. Well, you can only hit this man, so may as well do that. We got an amazing 9 damage out of that. These back guys have me a little worried, but slightly less worried now that Padme Amidala just crushed a man's skull. Go ahead and see if we can stun this dude. He should still be stunnable, right? Yeah, there we go. And we're going to get 1 kill out of this. In theory, we're going to get... Nope, never mind. We're going to get close to a kill, but not quite. We did apply fatal damage. We're just going to have to take a couple shots from this boy. That sucks. The stress is actually worse than the damage unless this shot also targets him and also criticals. Nope, shot at Henry Blake and whiffed it. So then, you're dead. You're badly injured. We're probably not going to be able to stun you again, and there is no way we can make you bleed. So I think what we'll do is go ahead and go for the Hound's Whistle here. Get the mark. Increase Dwayne Hicks's chance of hitting, and also increase our damage. And let's just go ahead and keep piling the blight on top of you. And we now have fatal damage on both of those units. One of them is going to get another shot, but this time Caitlin Stark was ready. She knew what was coming at the Red Wedding. Little crushing blow. 8 damage for Henry Blake. Not that big of a deal. Fatal damage and fatal damage. We just got to work over the big guy now. I'm going to go work over the big guy. I mean, that only works if you're well endowed. What if you're like me and not well endowed? Then working over the big guy just makes you feel a little sad and kind of achy. Death by inches. Let's go ahead and do some curing here. I want to keep our health levels high. I don't want to get hit by a lucky crit and have unfortunate circumstances. We'll take that 13 damage, a little tick of blight. We're going to hit the ground pound. That's what I was worried about, actually. The double crit, that gave us a monumental amount of stress, actually. So much so that I'm going to forego killing this man in favor of actually doing some stress relief. We don't have fatal damage on him yet, but all we need is 5. Now we have fatal damage. Let's focus on healing and stress relief if we can get it. Dwayne Hicks going to patch himself up a little bit. He's going to drop dead. We won't get the healing, but that's okay. So, we should probably get rid of some stuff then. Well, the food we can get rid of by eating, and we still have enough for 1 hunger prompt and feasting on the way. The busts and portraits are almost the higher priority. I'm going to take the busts. We should be able to get 1 of the portraits. I do want to keep the dog treats. Normally, I'm swift to abandon those. You know what? This is 15,000 gold right here. Just citrine and gold. Go away. I would rather have an emerald. Honestly, I don't want the jade. I want the portraits. The jade can stay on the floor. And this thing is a holy fountain. We put holy water in it. I believe it gives us bonus damage. Divine benefit. Got healed. And stress relief. Well, we picked the right unit then because Dwayne Hicks was getting a little high. Nope. That's all I'm going to say about that. Just, nope. No need. We're good. Thanks. I mean, I appreciate the offer, Darkest Dungeon, but in this case, I'm not gonna accept it. I'm not gonna take you up on that one. So you're getting stunned because I don't care about damage, but the stress is gonna be a real problem. Thought we might be able to J'accuse our way into a kill. Not quite. Let's go ahead and just start the blight damage ticking since we already have one of those guys stunned. We hit him with another one of those, and that will be fatal damage. He's gonna beat us on a speed roll, of course. Yep, we're taking a Tempting Goblet. That's okay, though. Hicks just got, he just got his back. I mean, all of the stress we got from that divine benefit we have just regained, but what are you going to do? We'll bump in the night. Dwayne Hicks with the dodge. I really would have preferred you dodge the stress attack, honestly. That's bad. Caitlin Stark, yeah, 14 stress. She's at 60 now. I'm actually tempted to go for this. You know what? Go for the stun here and let the blight do the work. We're going to need to buy some time for stress relief on this one. Take a kill. We could have gone for another stun, but stunning a man and killing him are basically, you know, one and the same in this case. Well, it doesn't put him in fatal damage, but it gets him close. And it opens the door for Hicks to do stress relief instead. Fatal damage on one of, or both of those guys? One of them. We beat him on a speed roll, though. Fatal damage for both. You guys ain't going to get a go again. You're dead. Go ahead and drop dead. And that just leaves us facing off against one little bone rabble here who... You know what? We're just going to mark him. I don't want him dead. I want to see if we can buy another turn for Dwayne Hicks. That's exactly what we needed, Hicks. Nice work, buddy. 8 stress relief. Just don't critical. Okay, 10 damage I can handle. And that's fine. We'll take the damage. We'll undo the damage. You give me 10, I give you 10 back, everybody wins. Now, take a little blight and be gone. 500 gold and a ruby. Rubies are pretty valuable. Honestly, what's more valuable, however, is the deeds. So, what are we going to get rid of for our Mr. Deeds? Well, I guess we're getting rid of those medicinal herbs then. And I'm going to take the deeds and the rest of this. Well, if our choices are an emerald or ruby, we should take the ruby because it's worth more. So emerald goes on the floor. Gold, C and L. Still no comment about that, that pedestal back there. Yeah, I mean, I know what's under it, and I'm not going to talk about it. For once, we have not surprised the enemy, and I'm shockingly thankful. Thank you also for throwing a little stress at Henry Blake. We need to spread it around a little bit. You guys are getting too good at concentrating your attacks. Also, Blake has great dodge, which is helpful as well. Give me the stun here. Pummel you for 3, get you good and stunned up. Give me the J'accuse. Still can't manage to get that one to pull a one-shot kill. We would need a critical, I think, in order to get it to work, but... So drop that on you. 7 damage. We got a stun here, and now we can start stacking up a couple ticks of blight. Technically, both of those guys have fatal damage right now. Little bump in the night. Hitting Dwayne Hicks for 3. That ain't no thing but a chicken wang. And y'all be dead. It's fatal damage for you, and you're going to be stunned, not take fatal damage, but then take fatal damage in the subsequent follow-up round. I'm just going to kill this guy. We could have whacked him with the stun attack, but there's really no need. I think we go for the stress relief here. The crit is dank, yo. 12. This man's just going to wear off his stun. Again, he's already dead. He just doesn't know it yet. Let's do a little healing. Popping Henry Blake back up for 12. Down in the OR at the 4077. Should I really be making references to MASH at this point in my career? Is this a good opportunity, Pete? Is anybody going to even get that reference? MASH was a television show that was on in the 70s, dude. It was on before your time, and you're old. That's the thing. MASH predates even me. It was like in syndication when I used to watch it. That's a thing that doesn't exist anymore. TVs don't get syndicated anymore. They just go to Netflix and stay there forever. Go to Netflix, that's where they go to die. Netflix is the television graveyard. I hate throwing 325 gold on the ground, but what else are we going to do with it? It's nice to see they put every fight in the dungeon between us and our target as well. I sincerely appreciate that. No surprise? Good. Fatty Boom Batty is getting whacked with a big old stun there. Except he resisted it, which sucks. Alright, we're blanket fired. The slice and dice is worrisome. Did not critical. All we're really worried about here is the crits. This guy's got to die as quick as we can make him be dead. In fact, so much so that I'm going to forego doing anything to these two because they are a vastly less dangerous problem. When we got Padme back there with the buffed heals, we can undo blanket fires all day. What we need to do is prevent that guy from hitting us with point-blank shot and rain of whips. Keep stacking it on. Pour it on him. Pour it on him. Thick and hearty. Okay, he's down to 17. If we can catch him for 7, we've got fatal damage on him. All we need is 7 damage here. There it is. Okay. He's done dealing. The bleed is just a little tertiary and ancillary benefit. Some nice heals. Taking the shank, Caitlin Stark. All right. Team Evil gets 5 of that back. You drop dead and leave no corpse left behind. No corpse left behind sounds like an education program proposed by a necrophiliac. Like, no, hey, what do you think we should do? We gotta embrace the no corpse left behind philosophy, dude. Come on. It's a victimless crime. No corpse left behind. Why would we leave one behind? I could fuck it. Wasting good corpses, that's just silly. We can beat this guy on a speed roll. We can take him before he gets a chance to shank us again. Did we? Well, we won the speed roll. We are bleeding a little bit, but I would rather have this guy be dead than reapply the bleed. Also, that is not fatal damage. We're going to need a little bit more. Give me the Hound's Hair. 2 is enough. The extra bleed will be helpful as well. I'll take blanket fires from this guy all day. We can just have Padme undo that, and it gives us an opportunity to farm for crits. Will the stress relief? We don't need to kill this guy. He's already dead. He just doesn't know it yet. See, we just undid his blanket fire, and he can't even blanket fire now. He's gonna have to, like, rust shot. Just farming for the critical. We could have gone for the application of the kill, but I was confident Henry Blake would be able to beat this man to death. If you could stun him, perfect. I mean, he's still gonna die because he'll bleed to death, but could have theoretically bought ourselves another turn. I don't give a shit about a move charm. I want those crests, though. I also want the bust. What can I get? I can get the busts. Move charm, don't give a shit about you. Torchlight's already maxed. Well, probably don't need this holy water. I say probably, and now I'm definitely going to run across the thing that needs to be purified with holy water because I have squandered it. Pack contains loot. Probably should have kept the emerald. We can't do anything with the food other than eat it, so yes. The Blackest of Fates. I was hoping for something about Darius Rucker again. I love it when I find Darius Rucker's journal entries. Desperate to know the entirety of the ins, outs, and recording of Fairweather Johnson, Hootie and the Blowfish's seminal album. As I understand it, though, Hootie gets real upset if you make reference to Hootie and the Blowfish. If you call, especially if you call him Hootie, because his name is Darius. And, you know, that one is understandable. Don't call me Hootie. My name is Darius. Maybe don't name your band Hootie and the Blowfish if you, as the lead singer, don't want to be periodically referred to as Hootie. Just putting that out there, Darius. You invited that. Well, we're definitely going to throw some healing here because we just got our skull crushed in. Critical on that attack is real not good. What about these two guys in the back? You know what? I'm going to let them shoot because all they can do is damage. Really, though, stun that guy. That's what I needed. Okay, good. I don't want to take any more ground pounds. And you know what? Keep working them. We got them ticking for 10. Okay, maybe we should stop ignoring those guys in the back. Not because of the damage, but because of the stress we're taking from those criticals. That guy is one hit from dead. Yeah, you're going to go ahead and heal yourself, Padme, because you just also got cored like an apple. Putting it on that guy at this point is a waste because I think we can get... I think Henry Blake can get him. Never mind, he didn't even get close. Oh, We got him now. Hicks is going to finish him up. And this will get him to die from blight damage, which pushes these two guys forward. Which means they can't shoot us in the heart with any more fucking quarrels. Yeah, we're going to need to group heal here. The critical is very nice and timely. I appreciate your contributions. I'd love to go for some stress relief here, but I think we're probably going to need the J'accusses. That guy has fatal damage. We don't really need to do anything for him. Gonna throw a little bayonet jab. Dwayne Hicks is gonna dodge it. There's what we needed. Hicks brings a skull crush and whack. He got us some stress relief, and you know what? Here, just get marked. I actively don't want to kill this guy. I want an opportunity to go back around the horn and maybe get some more stress relief or healing out of this. Here, take 2. It's something. 2 health is 2 health. It's the same as if we ate food. If we stun him, he's definitely going to die. No, he'll have 1 hit point left. Blight ticks, and... oh, never mind. He had 10 points. Well, he was dead either way, then. He had 10 points of blight damage on him. I didn't think he had quite that much. So we burn the torch, take the busts, drop that on the ground. Touch the squiggle. Okay. Demonomania has been removed, so touching a squiggle has gotten rid of our affinity for demons. We're manic for demonology. The scout is nice because now we don't have to guess. It lets us avoid this room battle. Even though it is a room battle with treasure, I think best avoided. And here's me saying about how earlier I was gonna, like, regret squandering those, yep. Sentimental gifts are hidden inside. You know what? You can go ahead and hang on to those then. So we have a hallway fight. Let's go ahead and max our light level. And, of course, just what we didn't need was a goddamn collector fight. So what do we get? A goddamn collector fight. On the plus side, the collector is stunnable now, so we're going to get off on him early. We're going to get off on him early, if you know what I'm saying. We can't, unfortunately, continue to stun him. But hey, we've got some, you know, we did some pretty solid damage there, and we've got some blight ticking. And we're going to have more blight ticking before he gets his turn. Let's get him down to 83. He's like a, you know, a quarter of the way from being fully healthy. He's mostly dead. We can bleed all of these guys. And you know what? Now seems like a good time for a dog treat. Otherwise, I was just going to forget to use it, and you all know that's true. In chat, you guys watching, you know I was gonna forget. Massive damage from Dwayne Hicks. What a shot. Pod might keep pouring on the damage. This chick is gonna definitely heal him, so we want to try and maximize everything we can get. Keep sticking on the blight. We got him ticking for 15 now. That's 45 aggregate damage. Let's call it 34 now that he got healed. I don't want you guarding the collector, so get stunned. How did you get... oh, you got 80% stun resistance, right. Okay, here comes... he's collect calling? That's odd. We could have gone for the one-shot kill. I was hopeful we might be able to engineer a death of some variety. Until we need healing, we're just going to have Padme keep pouring on the hate. Comes the head games. Yeah, he's going to guard him. That's fine, because we're going to do an AoE attack. Let's J'accuse. And now that guard is gone. And we also got some bonus damage on our little highway friend, who's going to hit us with a headhunt. As long as that attack doesn't critical, I really don't mind. The bleed is unfortunate, but we could fix a bleed if we got to. 15 per round for 3 rounds. Now 20 per round for 3 rounds. Let's prevent you from healing. This guy's already gone, so there's no advantage. And Collector is looking not good. He's pretty roughed up. Go ahead and collect call again. That's fine. I would really rather you continue summoning useless enemies than I would you hit us with a stress attack. Probably should have gone for a heal there instead of damage, but I really want the Collector to just not be alive anymore. No blood left for the leeches. Well, you didn't bring the leeches anyway. You're the plague doctor. Also, what kind of doctor fucking forgets his leeches? One more for the road. A little bit of stress relief as well. Collector is now at fatal damage. Nope, we got to hit him with one more. Finally remembered that he has a stress attack, apparently. He's going to go for the heal. Yep. Patching him up for 12. That puts him out of the territory of fatal damage. You know what? hit him with the direct damage, and then if we can get one more blight off on this guy. Never mind, Padme Amidala's got him fatal right now. See you in hell, Collector. Comes the headhunt, Dwayne Hicks with the dodge. And now it's just healing and stress management. That's all we really need. I'm going to forego self-healing here. The bleed already wore off, so let's do a little smack. Jacques. Did we get the cleric? Okay. Big heal from Padme. Oh, that was timely. There's the bleed for the kill. Collector drops dead on his turn. And this guy's got one more in him in which he is stunned, so we're going to get to go around the horn. We have no opportunity to stun him again. Let's just try and get what we can. He does definitely have fatal damage, so let's just mark him. And... okay, another puzzling trapezohedron. Well, we got to take it. It's 5,000 gold. Do we need shovels? We do need a shovel. Okay. I want the dog biscuit. We definitely got to have the torches. Portrait. Well, bandages. You are suddenly the least useful. And we got 20,000 in gold sitting in our inventory right now. If we can kill the necromancer and get ourselves to a nunnery, we're going to be sitting pretty. Time to camp? Absolutely. This refreshes our torchlight. We're going to definitely feast, get a little bit of stress relief. So, who has what abilities? Zealous Vigil. That gets rid of 25 stress for you. Prevents a nighttime ambush. The priority thing we want to do is get rid of some leeches. Remove a blight and remove a disease from a target. Okay, so we got rid of our scurvy. We got rid of our syphilis. We got rid of our vampiric spirits. That's some self-healing right there. We have one other person who has an affliction, correct? Or rather a disease. Henry Blake, you are bulimic. Well, guess what? You know what? Leeches, it turns out, are the cure for bulimia. Apply enough leeches, and your eating disorder will just go right away. So we're going to go ahead and Sanctuary. That prevents us from taking a nighttime ambush. And we're out of time. Out of time. So we got no buffs, but we did get plenty of stress relief, and going into this fight with a minimum of stress is important. Please nobody accidentally touch that because we're out of medicinal herbs. We're going to leave that alone. I don't want a debuff going into the boss fight. Blake, go ahead and check out the sack's contents. 750 gold. It's something. A little bit of stress. I'm going to go ahead and max our light to 100 because the necromancer does have an attack that reduces our overall light level. And here we go. 6 feet under. All right. Well, okay. Created one 18 hit point guy. Not the end of the world. What do we need to do here? Well, we don't want a dog biscuit this turn. I think we... How stunnable are you? We have no bonuses to this. It's 144%. He has 95. So we'd be looking at basically a coin flip to stun the necromancer. Honestly, I'd rather mark him, then next turn eat a dog biscuit and hit him for big damage. Dwayne Hicks with the timely critical right there. That's beautiful. Let's have Caitlin start stacking the blight damage on him. Blight early, folks. Blight often. You'll be glad you did. 12 damage from Padme as well. Okay. You know, Necromancer is, he's looking a little peaked, buddy. Yeah, that's right. And now is the time for us to go big. Chew the dog treat. Send in a single target. 17 damage on the mark, plus the bleed. We got him ticking for 12. Comes the clawing dead. That's going to bring a few more friends up for him. It doesn't really matter. We have enough directed damage with this party that we can hit him in no matter what slot he goes to. And we've got Dwayne Hicks here to just kind of keep the bone rabble down. A bit of Graveyard Slash, which drain adroitly sidestepped. Keep piling on the punishment, Padme. A lot of P's. And you're not getting away from a blight damage, Necromancer. You're taking 15 around every round as long as I'm here. Flesh is willing. Ouch. Okay. So, you know, took a little bit of damage there, but it doesn't matter. He can't get away from us. All he did was give himself some more cannon fodder for our boys here to just chew through. Dwayne Hicks is going to slowly but steadily make progress. Meanwhile, Henry Blake with a thunderous shot. Padme chipping in for 8 more. This guy's getting close to fatal damage. He's ticking 19 per round. Actually, he has fatal damage right now. Not that, you know, we're gonna let him slide. We're gonna keep it on. We're not gonna slack off. And that was your last action, Necromancer. You better bank this one count, bro. You had an opportunity, and you really needed to make that one count. You didn't really make it count that much. It didn't count for shit. Let's go ahead and kill this man. I thought that might generate a kill, but that's okay. I think Hicks can mop it up. There he is. Hicks is there to pick up the pieces. We don't even need to mess with the Necromancer anymore. Oh, the Bone Skeleton dodged Padme's bolt from the blue. The Graveyard Slash. Taking 9 damage. That's basically a fuck you. Oh, he's not dead. He's got 3 hit points left. Okay. I actually expected him to drop dead from that, and then he didn't drop dead, and that's really bad. Okay, we didn't get the kill there either. Alright, you're definitely, the two of you are definitely dead. Okay, now that that blight has stuck, you guys are done. Stun this man in front, or just kill him with the club, that also works. Padme, give me a... Oh, what a critical! I mean, there's fatal damage all over the place, so it arguably doesn't matter that much. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and cure Padme, just in case we could get a crit on that heal. And... You know what, Necromancer? I'm just gonna let... No, you bleed to death. Yeah, that's right. Wrestled the old Necromancer. We could pick up another set of Jester's dice. You know, the Book of Intuition is actually pretty good. I kind of want both of those, and there's no reason I can't have both. This is one situation where I can have my cake, and I can eat it too. Or in this case, I can have that food and eat it too. And we're walking out of this dungeon with a friggin' fortune, and more importantly, some pretty good EXP. That was a really solid mission, man. Classic walking into the dungeon, wrestling that Necromancer, achieving fruition, and headed back home. Look at this loot, though. 28,000 in cash and prizes, plus a fantastic trinket for our Crusader. Those Holy Orders are really good. Makes us more resilient to death blows, makes us slightly more vulnerable to blights and bleeds. It's fine. And there it is. We got our first ranked 5 troopers. We got some champs in the house. We are going to have to find a way to get Dwayne Hicks, however, his last 4 EXP. I'm sure we can engineer that. Picked up Unholy Hater, which would be, you know, okay. It replaced Clotter, which arguably isn't useful. The bonus to stress here is pretty, you know. We're not going to get a lot out of Unholy Hater because the bonus damage doesn't apply to blights or bleeds. That's the issue. But just the extra stress resistance overall makes it worthwhile. The runs, minus 20 dodge, minus 10% max HP, that sucks. And Sickly also blows. We're probably going to send Dwayne Hicks in and have him get that disease cured. I don't want my Dwayne Hicks sick. He might, if we're not careful, he could die off camera. I don't want that to happen. We got a bunch of free stress relief. We got Shane, Maud, and that's basically it. Everybody, okay, Wash didn't quite get all the way gone. How much stress you got, Wash? Is 6. So a single trip to his own ability to heal his stress will take care of that. Now, Hicks going in the medical ward. Let's get rid of the runs. Gonna cure that. Are you willing to spend 1,000 gold to cure that? Of course I am. We have an absolute magnificent fortune at the moment. We can sort of afford to be a little less frugal at the moment. We've got some cash to burn. Apprentice Vessel. I don't need any more men-at-arms. In fact, I'm considering firing Quint down here. Bubba Blue. I mean, we get, you know, we have 2. We'll keep them. Our goal is to get some people who have been into and conquered the Darkest Dungeon, and it looks like it's going to be Dwayne Hicks, Henry Blake, Padme, and Caitlin. Somebody's got to go in and do Layer 1 of the dungeon so we could get the EXP bonuses that we need in order to get the rest of the team through the dungeon. Because we want those EXP bonuses. We want to be able to plop one of those guys in and have them start rolling. That said, though, I think Nicholas Brody, Laurie Grimes, Matthew Crawley, and Maud Flanders would objectively be a better team for the first layer of the dungeon. We'll have to do some debating because these guys are also close to where they would need to be. There's a lot of size 2 monsters in that first layer of the dungeon that are vulnerable. I really think we could get a mark-heavy party that could just go in there and wipe the floor with them. Plus, the Blight Cure and Bleed Cure from Laurie Grimes is exceptionally useful as well. We'll see. It wouldn't have to be Lori Grimes either. I suppose it could always be Caitlin Stark. But we will see that this episode is over. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon, you might consider subscribing as well. Right now, I'm going to go give Grandma a goodnight kiss. Thanks very much for watching. And I'm mixed emotions about my talent, man. Sincere mixed emotions. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Or should I say, thanks very much for watching. I'll be seeing you real soon.